button that's not working really good. If I really push on it a bunch of times, I can eventually get it to go. But it's really not doing what it's supposed to turn on the jets. What we need to do is unthread it. We've got a new one, and pull it back so I can get the hose for it right here, and going to be replacing it. And here's my new one. It comes with the outer circle, but I can just reuse the existing circle as it's got a threaded portion that screws in. Just going to unscrew it here. And you can see the threads on the inner portion. And it's just a simple matter of reusing the air here. And it may be a good idea to trim off the existing edge. It's lost its suction here. It's lost its firmness of connection, basically. Now we can insert our new piece so it's got a more solid connection. And test it out. Now what we need to do is go inside and trace back each of the connections and kind of do the same thing. Trim it up and make sure we're getting a solid connection. Inside this box is where our air switch goes. Right up here. You can see the clear hose tracing right up here to the bottom, and that's the relay for the air button. Disconnect the hose here. Next test, just gonna trim off enough so I can still run this here. Okay, our switch is definitely good here. So we need to rerun this here. Jets that aren't turning on. What I'm going to do is retrim this edge off. You can see how it's beveled out. This should be really fed down inside there, so I might refeed that down inside there also. Anyway, I'm going to show you, going to trim this edge off. This way it's not beveled out, so we can get a more solid connection on here. So the other thing is to feed this through, push it down into the line, so that it's not being exposed to the sun all the time. There we go. And now we're going to reinsert the tube. Not much room to work with. Might be time for a new tube. Probably just enough. Okay, so now go test out the air button and make sure this works here. You should hear the jets fire on when it goes. I just had to pump it a few times to get it to work. So we need a straight coupling for the tubing, but I don't have a straight coupling. what I'm going to use here, this is from a spray bottle, and just going to cut off a piece of this tubing here and use that as the insert to make a straight coupling. There we go. And there's our straight coupling to replace the 90. I'll clean this out real good with water and let it dry real good so we don't get condensation in the line, and then insert this and set it up. It should work perfectly. Spray bottle still works too. Okay, so to deal with this we need a straight coupling, not the 90. I'm going to test it out. You should hear the death kick on. Okay, so it's either that or finish the whole line and replace the whole line. Do it that way, works out perfect. Works with one press of the button now, so good to go. All set there. There was actually nothing wrong with my pressure switch, it was just actually the connections with the air, nothing wrong with the air button. So I can reuse the old one to save the old one. I'll just tighten the screws down, put a screw in here, and we're good to go. Jets should work now with one push of the button. There we go. Jets kick on. We're good to go. One push of the button.